My name is Madeline Spalding. I am 20 years old. I'm a newlywed, I'm a paraeducator, and nowadays I'm a pretty happy gal. And I'm also a suicide attempt survivor. When I was 13 years old, I was diagnosed with major depression and anxiety. And then about a year and a half later, I attempted suicide. I spent the longest night of my life in the emergency room, and then I was on at-home suicide watch for 2 weeks. And then about 2 years later, just before my 17th birthday, I was admitted into inpatient treatment for suicidal ideations. I spent 2 weeks there, and I just spent the whole time learning coping skills and how to find hope and joy. And when I came home, things really started to look up for a while, and I kind of started to feel like my old self again. But then less than a year later, I was sexually assaulted, and unfortunately my recovery hit a major decline. And honestly, I kind of thought I was gonna have to start all over. But there's a concept that my therapist and I talk a lot about, and that's that recovery is not linear. My recovery has been a roller coaster. I've seen some unbearable lows, but I survived them, and now I'm living a life that I wouldn't trade for anything. Some days are still a struggle. I still take medication to help me through the bumps of recovery, and I still go to therapy sometimes when life seems a little heavy, and that's okay because I'm alive and I'm so happy to be alive. You know, everyone says life gets better, and when you feel like you're kind of drowning, it's hard to just take their word for it. But I am living proof that life gets better. It's gonna take some work and some patience and some time, but one day you'll look back on where you are now and you'll be so glad you made it through, because life really does get better.